fall asleep yet. We're still getting prepared.
A lot of equipment to carry from Millender to Kobo. All right, well, we're going to get started while he works on the mic. Is it up? I know I project. That's why I'm not too worried. Although I do hope I have a level on my primary camera. No, they're switched on.
Okay, just a second.
Okay, we'll wait for them to do it.
And Mario outfit.
It's to you, Mario. I
Amazing.
almost stopped you in the hall to advertise my panel to you. I see you got yourself some ears, Jez.
Yes. Who in here does not have a 3DS? Anybody? Everybody got one? 2DS? That's
close
enough. That counts. I was just curious if people... Nice. Who has more than one 3DS and is obsessed like me?
I have one.
Okay. You do? You have more than one?
I got two.
Yeah, I had two. I still have two, but I dropped my backup last night.
I wanted to get a special edition Pikachu. I just, you know, got a regular boring one.
I dropped my old 3DS XL last night and shattered the hinge. But I got my new one here. It works just fine. So I just one fewer street pass for all of you.
Trust me, when I was playing Bravely Default yesterday, I was getting a ton of friends, nemesis.
How many you actually do the puzzle pieces? Anybody?
I would hope so.
Who has been checking like crazy today? Because I know I have. I go to the mall to get street passes and get puzzle pieces, and sometimes it works. Best Buy is the best place to go. Best Buy, because they always, you know, have that.
Well, yeah, we'll get into Nintendo hotspots in a minute. And anybody who walked in late, we got a 3DS charge station if you need it.
I mean, feel free.
Sorry about the delay. You want to just get started without a mic, Jez?
Without a mic?
Yeah. Can you project? I can project.
I have to look at that.
Yeah, you'll see it. Let me turn up the brightness. Probably. Okay, so we're going to do this silly starting without the mics. Hi, everyone. Welcome to getting the most of your 3DS and Wii U.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. I'm Sub-Zippo. Joining me on the panel.
I'm Jez the Master. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I've been a Nintendo gamer since 1990 when I got my power set there. I was a... Hey! Woo! All right. I can project that much less.
Thank you.
I'm a licensed F-Zero pilot. I was a perfect Platinum Club Nintendo member for the duration of that, if you know what that is. I hold a Nintendo Power High score for Event 51 in Smash Melee. Jez, you want to say a little about yourself?
All right, man. Where do I even start? I mean, I'm 21 years old. I have been obsessed with Nintendo since I was a kid. I mean, I wasn't a regular female. I used to love a lot of boy toys and stuff, and first thing I got into was Pokemon since a kid. I never got into Barbies or anything. My mom could try to get me away from video games. It never worked. I spend most of my time on my 3DS, and I've been obsessed with it since. Like, my whole room is just full of posters, and you know, I do a lot of study and research on Nintendo as well, and you know, so I'm pretty sure all of you have, you know, studied a little bit about Nintendo, enough to know about the games and what goes on. So.
How's my hair? I don't look too haggled, do I?
No, you're all right.
Great. So yeah, to get started, if you don't have a Wii U or a 3DS, of course you need to get one.
Definitely.
The place I suggest you start your search is Kotaku. It's a gaming blog. In addition to lots of gaming news, they have deals of the day, weekdays. Very often you can find great deals on there. It's not uncommon to find Wii U for $250 or under on there. Good deals on 3DSs, especially hard to get ones. If that's still too rich for your blood, Nintendo's got an online store where you can buy refurbished game systems people have sent in, they've repaired. They've restored them to factory specs. They just can't sell them new anymore. They sell them on their website at a deep discount. Sometimes it's a good way to get, they get harder to get models like that Smash Brothers 3DS you see in the corner there.
May I also bring up, I recently had to buy a new 3DS because the last convention I went to in Indiana, my 3DS actually got stolen. It dropped on the ground, quickly got picked up and stolen. I had to go buy a new one, bought it on eBay, be very careful what you buy on eBay. This guy had a lot of good ratings, but unfortunately he sent it to me and the 3D button was stuck on 3D. It wouldn't go off 3D. And I called him and I said, did you know about this? And you know, he said that, no, I didn't, but I know he lied. So just be very careful when you buy off of like certain places like eBay and stuff, because I got ripped off and it took me 3 weeks to get my money back. And that's a long 3 weeks without my DS, trust me.
I wish I had the picture I've seen online a couple times. There's a PS Vita box or a PSP box, and the guy opened it up and there's a Game Boy brick in there. And it's got the demotivational eBay, it's cheap for a reason or something like that.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
So once you get your system, a good place to start getting games in addition to Kotaku is Nintendo's eShop. They have deals periodically, but you never worry about a game being out of stock. You don't have to leave your home. You don't have to deal with GameStop trying to force you to pre-order games or whatnot, or the smelly neckbeards who might go there.
So how many people in this room actually have had a bad experience buying a DS used? Anybody? Anybody? Like, what's your worst story?
It was a worse story I had because it was a friend of mine that was trying to sell me a 3DS, not a DS, but a DS Lite. He wanted like an overprice. He wanted overprice for that, and I looked at it, and it was like a bunch of things was wrong with it.
Scratches.
It called the GBA thing, because right back then I was like playing Golden Sun was pretty much my lifeline at that point.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
And I told him, I still bought the thing, but I fixed it myself. I kind of fixed it with help of a couple of my friends. This guy here, one of them.
Yeah, just definitely don't try to get ripped off.
Yeah, that's right.
Definitely research what you're buying and see all the, details, because you can get ripped off easily by people.
Yeah, unless you know that person pretty well. You don't want to just
Exactly.
go buying things from random people. But you can trust the good people at Nintendo on their eShop. And the great thing about the digital downloads, there's no disc to get damaged or lost. You can always go back and download it later if you need to.
The best part is if you lose your DS or it gets stolen like mine did, you can get it back. Money's not getting wasted, you will get it back. They
Right.
promise that. As long as you know your information, of course,
And one thing that helps with the eShop is often you can get eShop cards on discount, lower than the face value. Again, you can usually find that through Kotaku. Best Buy's done it a few times. I think Amazon might have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you don't have a credit card or you don't want to deal with that sort of thing, you can buy these in retail stores for cash. Now you've got your Wii U, you got your 3DS, we want to fill it up with Wii characters. Maybe you're not that creative, maybe you are, and you want to share them. MeCharacters.com is a great place to go for that. They've got characters from all sorts of TV shows, anime, movies, celebrities, politicians. Lots of people submit hundreds, thousands probably of Miis on here. And it's as simple as scanning like the QR code into the camera on the device. It's good if you don't want to come up with your own. It's good if you do and you want to share it. And it's great to have other Miis on the sidelines of your games like Mario Kart. You can have the cast of Sailor Moon cheering you on or whatnot. Whatever you're into, Breaking Bad.
I actually just scanned one recently of JonTron and Aaron. You guys know who JonTron is?
Game Grumps.
Game Grumps. I am a huge fan of JonTron. I'm like his #1 fan, and I've met.
I am.
I have met Markiplier. I've met Bob and Wade. I've met Jack Steph Guy or whatever. I'm not a huge fan of him either, but I've met those people, and I've never met JonTron. I've met JonTron's best friend, but not JonTron. And I am obsessed enough to get the codes, which is awesome. They do a great job with these Miis. Like they'll make it look just like it. It's really cool.
Yeah, he's probably in there.
Yeah, he's in there.
A great feature on Wii U and 3DS, if you weren't aware, is Miiverse, Nintendo's social network. You can share images of games, you can doodle great pictures like the one of Rosalina you see there. There's a lot of those, and they usually get around because they get a lot of push behind them. If you get stuck in an area, you might take a screenshot and say, hey, what the heck do I do here? I'm lost, I keep getting exploded, that sort of thing. It's also good for creating your own journal of games that you've played and stuff that you've done, accomplishments you've made, and sharing them with your friends. It's a lot of fun. Let's see, closer. Frame's a little off. That's a little better. And a great way to find out things about what Nintendo's doing, what they're coming out with, what you can do, new features for your system. Nintendo Direct. They recently took a sabbatical because the president, Satoru Iwata, recently passed away.
Unfortunately.
Quite unfortunately. Great man. I hear they're coming back before the end of the year, though. You can look for that on their website. You'd think it'd be easy to watch through your Wii U, but it's really not. They'll get there eventually. The new president seems to get it.
But nobody can honestly replace him. Like, really, I mean, just like deep down, like what he's done for Nintendo is just, he's done so much for Nintendo, and it's just, you know, I actually cried when he, you know, passed away.
Yeah, I was upset. And then I wanted to have a party for him, and then my job said, no, you have to come into work this Saturday. That was fun.
Oh.
But yeah, that'll be resuming by the end of the year. They're very fun videos to watch and give you a lot of good information. Another way to find out what games you want to get for your system, I'm a big fan of GameRankings.com. It's like a Metacritic type site. They take composite scores from all of the review sites and give every game an average rating. You can sort by rating, by system. They have legacy consoles in there as well. Dozens of publications they take scores from, put them into this, and it's a great indicator of how good the game you might be interested in is. A great indicator of, hey, maybe I should be playing this, maybe I should give this a try.
Where's Monster Hunter 4? I've seen 3.
Let's see, all-time best is not in the top 10, okay, which isn't to say it's not
I just
good.
got this game 2 weeks ago, and I am addicted. I have lost sleep because of this game. And it's not even on there? Like, are you serious? I mean, at least it's close, but not exactly.
No.
But I was like, looking like...
3 Ultimate is there, it's got an 83. Is 4 a Wii U game, or is that 3DS?
It, Monster Hunter 4 is for 3DS.
Well, there you go, this is a Wii U page.
The online play is amazing, except you will find people that are rude sometimes. But
okay, taking a deeper look into the Wii U, not to be confused with the Wii.
No.
Buy a Wii U. If you don't have one, get one. Seriously. The Wii U, of course, offers asymmetrical gameplay with the gamepad. You might have something different going on the touchscreen than you do on the television you're using. It can allow one player to control different things with the gamepad. It can allow you to control your weapons, selecting items with the gamepad. Really, it's up to the developer. Their imagination is the limit. Unfortunately, it seems the third parties seem to be a little limited in their imagination. But yeah, as you see down in the Zombie U preview, just gives you a quick menu of things you can spray paint there. It's a lot easier than thumbing through a menu, moving a cursor over something. Or over in Rabbids, you got one player has something different to work with than the other player.
I honestly prefer 3DS more than Wii U, but I do have both. So,
yeah. And another great benefit about this is you have the option of playing most games without your television just on the gamepad. I know when they announced it, I thought, well, why would I need that? I own my own TV. I'm not fighting with my kids for it. Half the time I don't even turn on my Wii U because it's great to watch TV on TV and be grinding Smash Brothers or something on the gamepad.
Well, you know, then somebody can't cheat and you can just, you know, because you know how you play with people, you have like cross, you can see each other's screen and you just, oh, I know what they're about to do. I'm about to totally screw them over. That's the great thing about it too is nobody can screw you over. You can just hide it and they don't know what you're about to do. So that's a huge update that Nintendo did and it's great.
Yeah, I think when Madden first came out for this, you had the option of drawing plays in the sand without the other player knowing. And it should have been a great feature, but unfortunately the frat boys didn't want a Wii U, so now they don't make Madden for Wii U anymore.
Oh, that's a bummer.
But it's an incredible feature, it's very innovative, and it really makes the Wii U special. The Wii U is famous for its Start Plaza, if you weren't aware. It's a feature where they just show all the popular Miiverse posts for most of the most popular games, get messages from Nintendo executives there. This game's coming out, this game's got a free preview, look for Street Pass weekend, something like that there. And you can spend minutes on end just watching these awesome pictures that people draw with the gamepad coming up.
I am honestly shuffling my puzzle pieces. Excuse me.
We'll get to that too. And if that doesn't do much for you, or maybe you're an Animal Crossing enthusiast, there's the alternate Animal Crossing Plaza that you can get for Wii U. I believe they mentioned what's going on in the Animal Crossing calendar for that day. I don't know how much of Miiverse spills over to this. I only used it briefly and decided I like Miiverse better. But it is good for an Animal Crossing enthusiast.
Yes, if you are a huge fan of Animal Crossing, I highly suggest you participate in that. I did, and it was pretty cool. It's a very cool feature. I would suggest it.
Yeah, that's available for free, of course. And if you didn't know, the Wii U is backwards compatible with the Wii. The Wii had a great library of games. It had a lot of shovelware, but just don't play the shovelware. Again, game rankings can help you sort through what's good and what's not. Smash Brawl, Resident Evil, Wii Edition, Mario Galaxies are incredible. Zelda Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess, one of my favorite Zeldas. All backwards compatible, and you can also import stuff from your Wii to your Wii U. So if you only want to deal with one system and don't care about losing the GameCube compatibility, that's there.
Sorry, it's a little hard for me to see it.
Yeah, I know, I'm trying to run camera here too. Yep, let's move it closer to you.
Okay.
I just need to keep arrowing over. Also, to get a lot out of your Wii U, you can get the GameCube Adapter, especially if you're into Smash Brothers. $20 at most places, or you can get third-party knockoffs for $15 or under. They were hard to get when Smash Brothers first came out. Now the supply is catching up. It's great if you have all those GameCube controllers sitting around. You can put them to good use.
Yeah, if you're an old school gamer, you know.
Especially if you're having a big party and you want to fill in all the 8-player Smash ports. It also features an awful TV remote. You can program it to emulate most television or cable remotes, but you're very limited on what you can do with it. Like, I've got a Samsung TV and it's got that input button, and I can bring up the input select, but I can't select the input because it doesn't have the arrow keys. But maybe it'll work for your TV, and maybe it can cut down on searching for the remote. Maybe you just want to turn off the TV at the end of the night and not go looking for the remote. You got that. Wii U, of course, has friends lists. Get your friends to sign up online, create your account, and you can see what they're doing, what they're playing, what they last played. They give you ideas what to play. Lets you play multiplayer games with them. If you don't have a lot of friends with Wii U, there's lots of internet communities, social media forums, places you can go to meet people for no other reason than to play games you have in common with them. Maybe start a Splatoon guild or something like that.
The only downside to it is that you can only have 100 max. But, you know, hopefully there'll be an update on that, because I have a lot of people on my friends list with my 3DS, and, you know, when I see them not online for a while, I sometimes have to delete them, because I constantly have people that want my friend code, and, you know, and I kind of wish they had have a little bit more. But then again, Xbox has the same thing. They have like a minimum or a maximum you can get. But
yeah, we'll cover that for Wii U too. You can expand the Wii U with a hard drive. If it doesn't have an external power supply, you probably have to get a Y cable for it as well. Those are just a couple bucks. It kind of sucks that it takes up 2 of the ports. Then if you got the GameCube adapter, they'll go the 2 other ports. But it still works. It's great for if you download a lot of games. If you don't prefer the physical copies, you can keep them on the hard drive. I'd say it expands your save games, but that's not usually a factor. If you got stuck with the Wii U Basic, that might be, but we'll get to that in a minute. Games for the Wii U. Lots and lots of great games for the Wii U. Smash Brothers, the go-to for most people for parties. Great for 8 players, easy to learn, hard to master. Worth a 92 on game rankings. Bayonetta 2, a game Satoru Iwata was very influential in getting on the Wii U. Well reviewed by critics, and even comes with Bayonetta 1. So if you missed Bayonetta 1, you can get that with 2 if you get the disc copy. If you're getting the digital, you got to download them separately. Both great games, both worth going back to if you missed them the first time. Lots and lots of Mario. Nintendo makes a lot of Mario games for a reason, because they're very good and usually well received. Mario 3D World starts out kind of easy. I thought it was a little boring in the beginning, but it picked up really quickly. Mario Kart 8 you can pick up anytime. It's got great online. They expanded it with downloadable content packs that were also well received. New Super Mario U, new Super Luigi U, both fairly good. Luigi maybe not as much on game rankings. All these percentages are game ranking scores in case you get confused.
I guarantee more than 90% of you in this room has played Mario. If you have not, I really suggest you start, because it's been out for a while.
If you've not, I weep for you. And over 30 classic and semi-modern Mario games available on Nintendo's eShop for older consoles. Mario Maker, people are talking about this like it's the second coming of Jesus. I've heard him say it's the best Mario game since Super Mario World.
And I've seen some pretty crazy Mario Maker ones. People get real deep into it, making it tricky.
Decent bit of Zelda. Right now it's mostly just the retro Zelda games, Zelda Wind Waker HD and the Virtual Console. Hey, who can get enough Ocarina of Time, am I right?
It's a pretty good game.
And coming soon to a Wii U near you.
Dun dun dun.
Legend of Zelda Wii U. They've said it's going to be the most massive Zelda to date. It's going to be open world, non-linear. The graphics look incredible. The mechanics look good. Been traditional Zelda fashion. It's been delayed a couple times. We didn't even hear about it at last E3. Hopefully they'll be talking about it at this E3 and saying, hey, it launches tomorrow. We'll find out. If you guys want to chime in at any time, please feel free.
Feel free
Are you guys
to.
going to talk about Twilight Princess HD at all?
Well, it hasn't been officially announced. It's all but been leaked that they're re-releasing Twilight Princess, the Wii U / GameCube Zelda in high definition on the Wii U. I really want to play it, but I also don't want to buy a game I already own.
Yeah, you guys just feel free. No, you can feel free
Yes.
to talk.
What are your two thoughts of amiibos? I mean, I guess the initial concept of amiibos when they first were announced, and the whole past few past few months where they were scalped and just immensely hard to find, something like Ness or Pola 10 or whatever.
I love amiibos, and we're getting to them. They're later in the panel.
I personally don't collect them as much as other people do.
Yeah, and I've been scalping anything video game related within like the first year of its release. Just disgusts me. Shame on them. Splatoon. I love Splatoon. Yeah, when it first released, people were saying it's kind of light on content, but hey, it's still pretty awesome. We got about an 82% on game rankings, and it's doubled in content since those releases. It's probably the best first-person shooter I've played. Well, it's not first-person. Third person. The best shooter I've played probably since Team Fortress 2. It's also color-based for that matter, for what that's
He
worth.
plays Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Lady.
Can I just chime in about Splatoon real quick?
Yeah.
I used to be a fan of S4 League, which is sort of an online third-person shooter. And something like Splatoon, I really love it a lot. I got it first day. I actually played the live test fire and all that. But it had me sold. Actually, turns out for a few months now, I've been playing more Splatoon than I have been Smash Brothers. So I think Nintendo really got it good. I mean, the hype was definitely there, and that they absolutely nailed it with Splatoon.
Oh yes, it's a great example of what Nintendo does. They innovate.
I got all the amiibos too, first day as well.
Sir,
did.
what were you saying?
Oh, I was saying, I mean, I really love the mechanics of Splatoon, but I really wish they had more than two-player local. Was my biggest gripe about it.
I mean, you never know. They could do an update on it. I mean, I don't honestly see them doing
The fact
it.
that they don't have bots in for the two-player co-op is just like, or the versus, it's just like kind of ridiculous.
I don't know. I don't think it needs bots. I never have problems matchmaking.
The biggest problem with bots, I think, is in Triforce Heroes, where you have to do either one person or three. You can't do like two people.
Yeah, and we'll get to Triforce
I think we
Heroes.
should have a mic like facing so.
Well, I do on the camera.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
But yeah. Splatoon, well received, very innovative, very colorful, very fun, strongly suggest. And a handful of other great Wii games you might check out. Shovel Knight's gotten great reviews. I'm a big fan of Pikmin 3. If you missed Batman Arkham City the first time around, it's worth playing now. The Wii U version has extra stuff, and it's available for like $15 on Amazon. Rayman Legends, very well received. Nintendo Land, you're likely to get as a pack-in with your Wii U. 77, fairly low compared to these other games, but it's a great party game. There's a great Zelda adventure my friends always like to play. And you can get the Wii U in several bundles, the most recent of which usually include Mario 3D World, Splatoon, Mario Kart 8, or there's a Skylanders Basic bundle. The Mario World and the Splatoon ones also come with Nintendo Land. Mario Kart 8, I believe, does not come with Nintendo Land, but it does come with an extra remote, steering wheel cradle, and the downloadable content for Mario Kart 8. Skylanders version is the basic version. It comes with a smaller hard drive and a few of and without some of the frill features. But if you're into Skylanders, maybe that's the one for you. It also comes with Nintendo Land. Now for the 3DS family. Who's got their 3DS? Good.
I better see some hands in here if you're in this panel.
Yeah, you got of course, the 3DS, the 3DS XL.
I have the same one up there.
The 2DS, the new 3DS XL.
The new XL.
The new 3DS, which only recently became available in America in limited quantities.
The more certified XL.
Yeah. The new ones, if you didn't know, have a little more RAM, a little more under the hood, a little better 3D.
And Amiibo support.
And Amiibo support. Take your 3DS with you everywhere. Seriously, you guys. Yes. Yes.
It's the new iPhone.
Oh, you just made me. All the time I talk to my friends, you got your 3DS, am I street passing you? No. Why? It's portable. Why would you not want to take a great portable game system everywhere you go? People get their hands full. I wish I could show you. I've got a wrist strap on mine. In fact, I could show you.
I'm slightly obsessed with Street Pass. Just a little bit. I have a lot of downloaded games because, I can't have more than one game in here. I mean, I have a lot of downloaded games so I can pass everybody and see their scores and see if I'm better.
One thing I like to do with mine, and I'll get to the wrist strap part in a minute, but you can attach a wrist strap to most of them. I got my wallet and my phone, I just wrap them around it, I tighten them, and I carry them everywhere I go.
Don't drop it.
Yeah, don't drop it.
Like I did.
If you do, maybe your smartphone will break your fall.
Not like if you break it, but someone just snatch it right up. It's that cool.
If you pointed a gun at me and said, I'm going to shoot either your 3DS or your smartphone, you can tab my phone. 3DS, except for the 2DS, has awesome 3D visuals you really should be using. They take a little getting used to, but they're well worth it. Now I get disoriented if I'm not using them. And Nintendo warns that children 6 and under shouldn't use the 3D. You can take that warning and throw it right in the garbage. The American Optometric Association says not only is it not harmful to anyone in any way, but it's good for testing for depth perception problems early on with children. Street Pass, one of the most notorious features of it. Who here has been street passing this whole time?
You gotta
Great.
be street passing this.
Does anyone not know what street passing is? Be honest.
I might not know everything about it.
Okay. Well, of course, when you bring a 3DS next... Did I see your hand? Okay. When you bring a 3DS next to another 3DS, they exchange information. You get the other person's Mii, a little greeting from them, and you get to use their Mii or their content in some games that you're playing. You get trophies in... No, you don't get trophies in Smash Brothers.
Not only that, but if you have downloaded games that if you street pass with people, there's high scores. You can see their high score.
Yeah, you exchange high scores with them.
You can see, you see a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, not personal. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
It will vary from game to game.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah. You get missions from Resident Evil where people turned into zombies. You gotta hunt them down and put them down. In the blue hair?
Do you think the newer Street Pass games are worth getting?
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. If there's a game that has street pass on it, I'm more than certain I want to get it, 100%. That makes me want to get it more because there's street pass on it.
Yeah, the first 4 games are available in one bundle, and the 2 newer ones are available in another bundle. It's great to get them both while you're at it to save money. My favorite out of them is Mii Force. What do you like, Jez?
I actually personally like Mii Force as well. The Warrior one, it's okay. I think the one I kind of don't like is the Monster Manor because it can get difficult once you get around the end.
Yeah, Monster Manor, it's like a hybrid of...
Definitely don't buy it single. Don't buy it single like I did. I didn't want to buy the bundle, but don't buy it single like I did because now I got to pay more money to buy the rest of them.
There's no reason not to get the bundle if you're going to get any of them at all.
It's way cheaper if you just get the bundle because you're going to want to get all of them eventually anyways once you get hooked on it. So
yeah, Mii Force is an R-type space adventure type game. Flower Town's just a gardening simulator, but it's more fun than it sounds. Warrior's Way, hey, who has the biggest army and is better at rock, paper, scissors? Monster Manor is like a hybrid of Tetris and Resident Evil. Battleground Z is pretty much just Resident Evil. And then there's the fishing game that's fishing.
can't get any more basic than that.
And if you're not at conventions, if you don't go to conventions a lot, or even if you do and you got your downtime, Nintendo has Nintendo Street Pass zones, Nintendo Wi-Fi zones. Most of these locations here, and you might even find more on their website. If you go to one of these places, not only do you automatically connect to their Wi-Fi, you can play demos and certain things from them you can't anywhere else. You can get special Animal Crossing items, and most importantly, you get street passes from the last 5 people who were there. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, she talks about going to the mall, getting street passes.
I go to the mall, I go to Best Buy. I used to do it like every day, just walk up there because I'm only a block away from
Yeah,
it.
and there's a Best Buy mobile there that is a Nintendo zone.
So if you're missing that last piece and this convention doesn't do it for you, go to Best Buy or McDonald's and you will most likely get it.
I'm not endorsing any of these restaurants. You don't have to buy anything from them or any of these establishments, but you can go in there and easily get street passes most of the time. Sometimes it's unreliable, but that's how it's supposed to work. And another great thing about these zones is every now and then Nintendo has a Street Pass week or a Street Pass weekend. Coming up tomorrow through the 2nd is National Street Pass weekend for Halloween. Instead of getting the last 5 people who were at that zone, they shuffle the zones, and you can get people from out of state, sometimes out of the country. So if you're looking to fill in your map, you can get stuff that way. Check Nintendo.com or their social media to find out when they're doing it.
You rose your hand, I think.
Is this just American, or does it count for Canada too?
It count for Canada and I think Mexico. That's for the National Street Pass Week. They did an international one a few months ago, and I was getting like Germany and Japan and Australia.
I'm curious if anyone in this room actually has the whole United States. Does anyone have the whole United States filled?
You
do?
One hardcore in the front.
One state missing.
One state.
Yeah, I'm missing 2.
If you're a trucker, you're lucky. You're going to get like...
That's debatable, but yeah. He'll get a lot of exotic tags being a trucker.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, when you're done with your 3DS, you shouldn't turn it off. If you just fold it shut, in case you didn't know, it goes to sleep. You fold it, you open it up later, and you pick up wherever you left off, as long as you weren't playing something online. And while it's asleep and you're walking with it, you earn play coins that can be spent in many games, buy trophies in Smash Brothers or Kid Icarus, buy guns in Resident Evil, or buy Mii's to help you in all those Street Pass games.
You can only earn 10 play coins a day, and the max is 300.
That you can carry.
Yeah, if you're at 300, I suggest spending it on puzzle pieces, or even Animal Crossing will allow you to spend the play coins to buy special Nintendo outfits and hats and stuff.
Yeah, the fortune cookies they sell at the Nookling shop. Lots of games support them, more than that don't. And as I mentioned earlier, they all have places where you can hook a wrist strap, which is a great way to avoid dropping it and shattering it, like the one that fell out of my bag the other day. You also, if you don't care to do that, you can just hook a cute little cell phone charm on it, keep it distinctive, keep it easily recognizable. And like I showed earlier, you can bundle all your stuff with it if that's what interests you also. If you're in a jam, you're running out of battery power, you might find it to your advantage to put it in power save mode, which I believe cuts down the color palette but also uses less power. You can disable the 3D at that time, it'll use a lot less power. And depending on your environment, you can turn off the Wi-Fi switch to save power. Don't recommend doing that here, but it's an option.
The same thing with the cell phone. Turning the brightness down and putting it on airplane mode saves the battery. Same thing how it works with the 3DS.
Indeed. It's good to not have your 3DS die on you randomly, especially if you're trying to get every Street Pass you can at the con. You can get themes to enhance your 3DS, assuming you have the most up-to-date system menu. There's a few free ones, but most are $1 to $3 in the eShop. Mario, Animal Crossing, Zelda, just random colors, many different games. They make different sounds, they change the background and the icons, it's cute. I got the Link Between Worlds one on mine. Nintendo Video, they used to have a service that automatically downloaded videos for you, now you gotta do it manually. You can find lots of free videos in the eShop. I'm a big fan of Dinosaur Office. Anybody watch Dinosaur Office? Few people. Blue Man Group has some shorts on there. WWE Slam City, Aardman Animations, the studio that does Wallace and Gromit, and a whole lot more. Entertaining videos you can take with you. You don't have to worry about being connected to the internet. Of course, you have to download them in the first place, but And if you haven't already, you can expand your 3DS storage with an SD card. It comes with one, but you can usually get a much bigger one that'll hold a lot more games. Just like the hard drive, if you're downloading a lot of games, it's good to have.
And it's quite easy to transfer your game overs too to a bigger SD card. I recently did it not too long ago, so it's very easy to transfer. You don't have to worry about data loss or anything like that.
As long as you're transferring to the same 3DS, you can just copy and paste from one card to another, drop it to a computer hard drive, and then drop it to the card, however you want to do it. Pretty much every model up to the new 3DS XL was very easy to do this. You have to actually unscrew the back of the new 3DS XL. Comes in the instructions, and it's not hard to do once you get a screwdriver that'll fit it. If you didn't know, you have a notes pad on the 3DS. It's good for keeping track of what you're doing in games, writing down a password, writing down a quick map, or if you like to doodle like I found here when I looked it up on Google Image Search. Some people can doodle little things in the notes, not unlike they do for Miiverse.
Better than what I can do. I can't doodle that good.
I can't draw, but it's handy for notes, handy for Zeldas and whatnot. And the 3DS, of course, has the friends list, just like the Wii U. You can exchange codes with people. If you want to run that, go ahead.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, my elbow's getting sore anyway.
You are all on camera. Say hi.
Most of you, whoever fits in frame.
Look at all the beautiful people.
You can add people locally just by going in there, and there's an option to add local. Otherwise, you go to add through internet, and it'll give you their friend code, 12-digit number. It's annoying, but it works. And there's lots of places you can go online to meet people for certain games and play those games with them. I'm a fan of the Belltree forums for Animal Crossing New Leaf, which we'll get to in a minute. Any Animal Crossing players?
Did you guys get the new Happy Home Designer? How is it? I honestly want to get it, and I haven't got it yet. So I heard it's extremely different from.
Yeah, like one of my favorite things to do as a regular series is to design my house and like make it bigger and better. So I didn't miss a lot of the like fishing and digging holes. And
After a while, that gets extremely annoying.
You say that. I've been playing it for about 2.5 years. Oh, great. It died again. I really hate Sony. I can't say that.
Sony, if you're watching this, we're sorry.
I'm not. Burn in hell. Anyway, lots of great 3DS games. Smash Brothers for 3DS didn't get quite as good of accolades as the Wii U version, but I still think it's worth owning. Also, if you have both versions, you can use your 3DS as a controller, if you're short for controllers. Kid Icarus Uprising I loved. Great dialogue, great story, it's long, it's a meaty game, you can adjust the difficulty to however you want it. Just get the plastic stand that's supposed to come with it if you're getting it. Don't download the digital version unless you have the stand or can get it. Resident Evil Revelations, the highest rated Resident Evil since 5, which kills me that Capcom is shunning Nintendo after they did so well with Revelations on the 3DS.
Who's a huge fan of Resident Evil? Anybody?
A couple of me.
I wouldn't blame you sometimes. It gets difficult, but you know,
It really does.
I was seeing if anybody here is a huge fan, because I know some people that are diehard fans of Resident Evil. So
I thought Smash Bros was really a cool feature for the 3DS because it's always something that you look at as a home console kind of game, and for you to able to actually travel around with it.
yeah, and you wonder why it blew up. Like everybody was in line for it everybody wanted it. It was out of stock fast. I mean, it's one of the greatest games that they could have came out with for the 3DS, and you know, so it blew up fast. Like I mean, there's people I know that only got the 3DS because of Smash. Like,
oh, that's
seriously.
exactly that was my situation right there.
Some people only got 3DS because of Smash. And then they realized that they love the 3DS and they want to buy more games, so.
Lots more Zelda, a better system for it really than the Wii U. Link Between Worlds is very good. Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time got 3D remakes with better graphics. They're extremely good. Sometimes you can get them on sale. Well, sometimes you get Ocarina of Time on sale, maybe not Majora. Link's Awakening DX, my favorite Zelda, and one of 5 classic Zeldas you can also get on the 3DS. Yet more Mario. 3D Land I thought was very good, unlike this camera.
Which is not.
Mario Luigi Dream Team, an action RPG if you're into that, very good. Mario Kart 7, just like 8, great to pick up and play, great online for it. You can download and play with a bunch of people off of one cartridge. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, if you're more into survival horror, there you go. I know, I'm exaggerating. And over 20 classic Mario games in the eShop. I love Luigi's Mansion. Any Mario games you like, Jess?
Oh.
Just
I mean, yeah, I mean.
Animal Crossing New Leaf, as mentioned previously, something between The Sims and Harvest Moon. Literally has years of replay value. I've been playing mine for 2.5 years, and there's still stuff I want to do. It's great. Got great online with the Beltry forums and other places. I have better results on forums than I do on Facebook. Every now and then, you might get burned on the forums. What can you do?
If you play a lot of Animal Crossing, you should know that you run into a lot of people who put a lot of work in their towns.
Yeah.
And, sorry.
No. Yeah, you get what you put into it.
I don't know if your next panel was about that.
I don't think so, no.
Well, let me just bring up real quick. I spent 3 months on Animal Crossing making, for Halloween, it was supposed to be like a Slenderman scary type of thing. I spent days planting nothing but trees everywhere, and I made it look very scary. And then I realized that I try to get the town to have no town members, even if you put tiles everywhere, no matter what. I looked it up, and it's not possible. There's always going to be town members. They'll place their house right on top of the crap that you worked really hard on putting there. And overall, it turned out to be a good success. And I even have my me character look like Slenderman. I put all the things in the middle, so it had no face. And I showed a few people, and they're like, "That's pretty creepy." And it's possible. So.
Yeah, you can make creepy stuff if you want. There's a lot of customizable options. But yeah, just because you're the mayor doesn't mean you can't evict everybody.
I know. Animal Crossing creepypasta.
And the game operates in real time year-round. You get 4 seasons, you get 12 months, you get all sorts of random weather, thunderstorms.
Also, it's Street Pass compatible.
Street Pass compatible, you get a lot of Street Pass stuff out of it.
You can see other people's houses.
You can, and it's good to visit them online. Pokemon, lots and lots of Pokemon. And there's lots of Pokemon for a reason. These games are very good. They're very deep RPGs that stand the test of time. X, Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. If you want to raid the bargain bin at Best Buy, well, I shouldn't say bargain bin because those games sell for more now than they did when they came out. But the used counter, there's 9 traditional DS games, Pokemon games, that you can also play, of course, on your 3DS.
So anyone here personally think that the older Pokemon was better than the newer stuff now? Think there's way too many Pokemon now? Anybody? Everyone? Is everyone?
I guess it wouldn't really matter.
A couple hands.
See, that's what I thought at first. I thought when I first got Y, I was like, this is ridiculous. This is too many Pokemon. I remember when it first came out. And I learned, once you got used to it, you learn to like it. I mean, you do. And the good thing about it is it's more to do than just 150. But I will admit some of the Pokemon designs have gotten a little non-like Pokemon. Like now it's just items and not actual like creatures. And that's one thing I didn't like, but I still appreciate the fact that it's Pokemon itself and it's got that title. And who knows, there might be up to 1,000. And aside from people, they're not going to stop. They're just going to keep going. So.
Well, yeah, they're printing money.
So they're making money. So. If you think it's bad now, you might have to be catching 2,000 Pokemon.
Oh, man.
When you're talking about the designs, I mean, Gen 1, it had...
Voltorb, a damn Pokeball.
Yeah, I understand. The Pokeball. I mean, there is some a few uncreative ones of Pokemon that in the 150 to Kanto and Johto, but I think just now it's gotten a little bit worse with the designs. But I still appreciate it as its game, and yes, if you do not play Pokemon, it is also Street Pass compatible, and also when you go online is great, you can battle anybody. I mean, you might find some people that you don't like because they're using all Ubers against you, and you just want to have a regular battle, and everyone's just throwing legendaries and Darkrai's using Dark Void, and you're like, this is ridiculous, like, quit. And there's a lot of rage quitters on the online.
Especially the trolling.
Because I am one of those people that will throw out Darkrai, and they will quit. They don't like that crap.
I threw out 70 once. Actually, wait on the spot.
Wow.
There we go, better than nothing.
I actually
wide angle.
beat a Dark Knight within the first turn.
It's
Actually, it was pretty much using a. I pretty much did this. I used a Magic Bounce Sylveon with a Baton Pass and with a Smeargle with
I heard
Baton
about that
Pass
trick.
Shell Smash setup.
Darkrai is actually my favorite Pokemon, and you know, everyone says Darkrai is so ridiculous. He's an Uber, you can't beat him. Every time I go into a battle, Darkrai is the first thing that goes down. Because you want to know why? People hate it so much, they're gonna go right for it first, and then while they're not realizing my other Pokemon are just statting up and using like Calm Mind over and over again while they're trying to get rid of Darkrai. So.
To the layman, what this should tell you is that Pokemon is a very deep strategy game.
It's gotten even deeper throughout the years too. It used to be just so simple. Now it's EV this and attack and defense. It's
That's what
ridiculous.
kills Pokemon for me, is it's gotten way too complicated.
It's gotten way too, yes.
But still easy to learn, yet hard to master. And you
Exactly.
can't pick it up.
Just like League of
Like a
Legends.
lot of
where I
Nintendo
love League
games.
of Legends.
We gotta keep moving though here. And Pokemon Shuffle, I'm a big fan of. 59% on game rankings, but hey, it's free. Addictive freemium game, I don't care what the rankings say. I vlogged like 400 hours into this and caught over 300 Pokemon without spending any money. And this is a great Street Pass game because you can get hearts and jewels, the stuff you would have to spend money for, just by Street Passing people. Pokemon Shuffle is, of course, a ripoff of Candy Crush Saga by King, which is a ripoff of Candy Swipe by Malt Coaster, which is a ripoff of Bejeweled by PopCap, which is a ripoff of Nintendo's own Panel de Pawn.
Which is a rip-off of Collins.
I suppose you could argue
I
that.
loved Pokemon Puzzle. Oh my god.
Yeah, Collins, wasn't that on the Game Gear? Which was a ripoff
It
of
was
Tetris.
also on Game Boy, just regular Game Boy.
I just think it's funny how the intellectual property theft comes full circle with Nintendo. What the heck happened to Bravely Default?
Oh yeah. Speaking of which.
Oops.
Picture.
Speaking of which.
That's why I don't use Adobe if I can help it.
Speaking of which, I'm playing it right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I kind of went over a whole and just maxed out every character, maxed out every class. And the only class I haven't now literally maxed out complete is the vampire class, which these certain monsters do that.
Who's using something?
Brave of the Fall.
Oh, I maxed out everything. Oh, I don't have the pirate yet.
So
I had pirates. I was just maxing.
I'm seeing more faces in here. And I'm gonna ask this again. Who plays Monster Hunter 4?
I do.
Okay, because I see more people coming in, and you know, if you play Monster Hunter, I am probably passing you because that's what's in my game right now. Yeah, you know.
He's a spy.
What's
You're
your
not supposed to see
HR? HR.
Just turned G rank, what, 3?
G3, that's where I'm at, and I only had it for 2 weeks. So, what's your HR? My HR's only at 60.
Zelda Chronicles. Better.
My HR is 197 special G rank.
Okay, good job.
Fire Emblem, Shin Mega Tensei, Devil Survivor 2, I think that's another Shin Mega Tensei, Persona, Xenoblade, all very well-reviewed JRPGs to strategy action games, all of which I'll never have the time to play. They're such time sinks. Even if I did, I don't usually care for JRPGs.
Oh yeah, about that. I actually, me being working college, I have beaten Awakening. I beat Awakening 5 times over. I beat Shin Megami Tensei 4 twice. I beaten Persona Q. I beat Persona Q twice as well. And Odyssey, yeah. I'm only halfway through Xenoblade Chronicles right now. I'm only halfway through Xenoblade right now.
Now you've got all these great games, these deep strategy games, your RPG games, you're not sure where to go next. GameFAQs is a great resource. They've got guides, math walkthroughs, charts, scripts, you name it, they have it on there. I'm also a big fan of their poll of the day. It's no fun just getting stuck on a game. I never hesitate to go here if I need any help.
One of the best sites to go to for guides and questions. You know, don't just type in Google. You're going to get wrong answers sometimes. Definitely go to this site.
Yeah, if you can help it. They don't have everything, but they have like 99% of it. We endorse GameFAQs. Okay, very good.
We're going to be moving on.
We're almost done here. And Amiibo were mentioned earlier. Who does not know what Amiibos are? Anyone? One hand. A couple of hands. Nintendo's got these great collectible toy figures called amiibos that they have chips in them, and you scan them into your games and they do different things. For a lot of games, it might just be as simple as unlocking content, like you get the Fire Emblem cast in Codename Steam. You get different color palettes in Yoshi's Woolly World. Some of them, like Smash Brothers, get more complicated. You can actually train up your amiibo to fight alongside you or against you in Smash Brothers. You can have your friends fight yours and put bets on them if that's what you're into. They unlock outfits in Mario Kart 8. In a way, they're like downloadable content season passes that last forever. They're about $14. You can often find them on sale. Again, it's good to look at Kotaku for deals of the day. Or if you're more hardcore, like me, you might be camping out in front of Toys R Us next month for the big Woolly Yoshi one coming out. Yes?
To be honest, I'm trying to find that Lucario one and the Shulk one.
I've seen a bunch of both of them. They've restocked about 2 weeks ago. They've been easy to get almost everything now.
There was a Shuffle one back in the game.
And one last great resource for all your Nintendo needs is the Michigan Nintendo 3DS Street Pass group on Facebook. They post events that people are holding. People can host their own events. In the greater Wayne County area, we usually get when the Nintendo representative is having demos and giving out stuff. Speaking of him, he's actually going to be in the dealer's room tomorrow from noon to 4, demoing Nintendo games, new stuff, and he'll probably have some free stuff to give out while supplies last.
I'm actually also in this group. I am head admin, co-owner of, it's called Pokemon and Friends. We just hit 5,000 members. We personally do Pokemon giveaways of shiny legendaries. We have a whole bunch. We do giveaways every day. So there's also that. Not even that, there's groups everywhere. Type it in. You'd be surprised how many 3DS groups there is, and you meet a lot of cool people and friends to, talk to about it.
I believe you keep that as a private group, so if you're interested in that, come talk to her after the panel.
Yes.
I have a YouTube channel with some con videos that people might find interesting. I'm on YouTube, Sub Zippo. Sub like submarine, Zippo like lighter. Jez?
I'm also a YouTuber. I'm less than a year old on the channel, and I just hit 2,500-ish subscribers. I do videos of basically just make myself look dumb. I mean, I'm a lot more loud and obnoxious in the videos than I am in person. So, I recently started getting more into 3DS videos with Nintendo Dogs and Cats, Pokemon. I even did a Pokemon, John Cena, every time Pokemon fan did, John Cena! So there's that. We're both YouTubers. We will be putting this on YouTube, so if you want to hear your self-talk, go ahead.
We will. And if you... One last slide, and then we'll, if we have any time for people. There's a lot more Nintendo stuff going on at Youmacon, if you haven't checked the schedule. I've got my Playing with Power Nintendo fan panel tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. There'll be trivia, prizes. I've got a great retrospective of Nintendo's long history. I hope to see everybody in the Ambassador Ballroom tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Starting right after this, there's the Fire Emblem photo shoot, as well as Zelda, General Nintendo, and Pokemon later during the con. Zelda lore tomorrow morning, I should say. My good friend Montrell will be hosting that. If I can get up early, I might go, but I don't think I'm going to have the energy.
I'm only going to be here today. I do have work, so if there's any questions after this, you can feel free to ask me.
Panels for Smash Brothers, Nintendo 64 Mysteries we spent hours trying to solve. I don't know what it's about, but it sounds fun, and Beyond Pokemon Sunday morning. If any of those interest you, you might check them out. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to share? Please speak up.
Nintendo and Disney go way back, right?
Of course.
In some regards.
Yeah, when Disney was helping out Nintendo on their Hanafuda cards.
Oh, yeah, I covered that at my Nintendo panel.
And you know what happens? What goes around comes around. Disney starts showing the Nintendo World Championships.
Really? Did they do that? They hosted that at Disney?
Yeah.
I'm very surprised like that because they've already announced Nintendo Wing at Universal Studios, and that's where the old Nintendo World Championships were.
Yeah, so it's like they've been friends since long.
Well, on and off. Disney's been in bed with Sega more than they've been in bed with Nintendo. Anything else? Okay, well, I guess we're wrapping up here. I want to thank you all for coming. I hope you come to my panel Saturday night, and have a great Youmacon.
Go have fun.
I'll also see you real quick before you have to go.
I'm not leaving right now.
Shorty here, wanna play with me? Everybody, just look at me and go on. Make it better.
All the people leave. Jazz the master is
What's not here? You need to ride in these shoes. Step right to the